Hello everyone, this is Diane. I went to the barns today, the Tioga Downs General Stores, it's called. Tioga Downs General Stores, but it is in two large horse barns that are no longer used to house horses, and it is a vendor flea market type of situation there. And I hadn't been there since opening day, the first Saturday of April. So I decided to go today, and I didn't bring home a lot, but I have some books, a couple of textiles, and then some miscellaneous items. So we'll go through them in that order. I picked up this Birds of All Kinds little golden book. And it is dated 1959. Somebody drew around the owl with pencil, but not very dark. Some pencil here. Some nice illustrations of birds. Look at the peacock. Hummingbirds. Look at the bee, that's nice. This book, I am only going to use this to do the book boiling. I finally found a book that I want to use for the book boiling. So I will put my rusty things inside in the pages throughout the book, and then tie it up and boil it I think you boil it with coffee. I'm not sure now. I have to go back and see what I'm doing with that, but you get a nice effect with the rusty items on your pages. And you can also put plant material. So I'm going to go outside and cull from my flowers and flowering bushes and stuff, and put plant material and rusty items, and then tie it all up and boil the book. We'll see what happens. So what I was looking for was a good size book, a thick book, to make it worth, I'd get more pages done that way. And a good size page, not too new, but not so old that the pages would disintegrate in the boiling. So I think this is a good book, and it was only $1. That was another stipulation. It had to be cheap. This is 1983. All right, then I got this little book. It's in terrible condition, but the pictures are really cute. So I'm just going to make ephemera with the pictures. It was only 50 cents, but look at that. It's adorable. So I'm just going to make ephemera, and maybe I'll put some of it in my shop. I would like to sell more handmade ephemera in my shop. What do you think about that? Would you be interested in that? This book, I don't know if I'll make a journal out of it. It's warped, but the pictures, again, this was only 50 cents. And the pictures are adorable. It's missing the first page. But I can also make ephemera with these illustrations. Got some tape there. They're such cute little goats. And Growing Things by Miss Frances, a Ding Dong School book. Really cute pictures. Even look at the kitchen cupboards with the rooster on it. What a beautiful kitchen. Even the pictures of the grown-ups are adorable. I've never seen that book. I've never seen any of these. A Wonder Book, a Ding Dong School by Rand McNally, and a Rand McNally Elf book. I didn't show you this one. Baby Susan's Chicken. Unfortunately, there's masking tape over her face, which I'll probably remove the color. But again, I will make ephemera. Prices have gone up on things, even at the barns. I leave things behind. For one thing, I don't need to bring home everything, and for another thing, I don't want to pay the higher prices. And it's the vendors, each individual vendor prices their own items, so you know it's at their discretion. So I don't complain about it. I just I'll buy them if they're a good price. I paid more for a couple of these books than I would have these two, believe it or not. This one with the tape on it was $5, but I just thought the pictures were so cute, and I would make some really cute ephemera with it, so I thought it was worth it based on that. Here's a fun book, an ABC book in I don't know what language. Tell me if you know. It's in decent condition. It's definitely vintage, but the spine is intact. Look at that. It's just adorable. And the end papers are pretty. How much did I pay for this one? $3. These are these pages would be a little bit fragile. They're not bad. They're not torn or anything, but I know they're more they're not like a newspaper, but closer to that than the nice white pages that you can get sometimes. But look at the fun pictures. And there's a lot of pages. The pages are thin, so you get a lot of pages. It goes to page 71 here. 171. 171. It's a lot of pages. Now I have another children's book in French, another language, Richard Scarry book. So I've been finding some Richard Scarry books in the last few weeks. So this is in French, and I didn't Google it. I didn't look it up to see what it meant. I know a few French words, but not a lot. And it's got this nice bookmark in French. So, you know, I think I'm going to enjoy, once the summertime is over and fall turns cold, closer to winter, and I settle in, I think I will have some enjoyable evenings cutting some Richard Scarry images out of the books that I got and other books. I'm going to have fun fussy cutting, but right now I'm just so busy with flea market bringing in and then listing and selling and getting out. You know, I'm just really busy. The textiles that I got, I paid $1 for this quilt square. It's not very old. It's not even finished. There's some pins in it. But I think this would make a really pretty journal cover. Those bright colors, red and the yellow, I'm going to make a journal with that. And I picked this fabric up. Part of this will end up in a bundle in my shop, I'm sure, because it's a pretty big piece. See, there's lots here. Let me get it up closer so you can see what it looks like. I don't know what to call it. The closest thing that I can think of to call it is an eyelet. It needs to be washed. It smells just a little bit musty. I mean, not like mildewed or anything, but like it's been in storage for a while. This was $5, but it's from a Victorian slip, according to the note here, lace from a Victorian slip. So let's see how much of it is here. There's a good length of it there. This is hand done lace. There's a stain right there on the fabric. It feels stiff. So I'm going to wash that because something got spilled on it. And it was folded, so this transferred to that. But there's a good length of lace there. I'll hand wash it so that I don't ruin this crochet. And then the miscellaneous items. I picked this up and I think she gave them to me for free. They were just sitting on a counter and there was no price on them. There were just no packaging. It was just these. And so since I'm going to make myself a journal with Gideon's Bake Shop bags that I brought home from Disney Springs, and I'm hoping to make one to put in my shop too, I thought I'll use these in that. Kind of, I don't want it to be a Halloween journal, but kind of creepy, eerie, kind of, so close to Halloween. I don't use napkins a lot, but I love these. Bless This House, looks like cross stitch. It was $3.50 for the bag, for the pack, and there's 36 napkins, and they're from the 1980s. And I don't need 36 napkins. So I'll put these in a bundle for you. I don't know what I'll put with them, but one day I'm going to put some of these in a bundle in my shop. And then I got some of these, which will go into my Christmas bundles. They are from, I forgot what era it said on the label, but the label is gone, the price tag thing. I think it said from the 60s or 70s. They are Christmas tags. And they have this string on them. Christmas joy. There's a candle. And poinsettias. And I think that's all, but there's quite a few of them there, just 3 designs. And I think they're so cool. And the string helps them look older. I mean, the designs look old too. So they're either from the 60s or 70s. This is something I haven't seen, these pastel vintage pastel doilies. I think they're vintage. Maybe they're not. 2006. So 20 years. But they're just a different color of pastel, the pale pink and the pale mint. I think they're really pretty. It says 24 doilies, 8 each, pink, yellow, and green. So the yellow is missing. But these might all be here, 8 of each. Then I got some bridge pads, score sheets, and they're vintage. So I don't need any more, but I'll keep that tape. This one doesn't even have any writing on it. So these just make really great journaling spots to glue to a page in a collage or something, or put in a pocket. Take a sheet out and put it in a pocket. This says canasta score and this says bridge. And then there were 4 of these. These definitely look vintage. And I guess they're personalized. It says Joe Delahunt, New York, 3. I'm not sure if that was a personalization or just, I wouldn't think it would be on the inside like that. I don't know what that means, but anyway, there are 4 of these, and then this is almost empty. But there's some in there. So having different sizes of these is really great because I can choose what size works best for the project I'm working on. But to go along with the bridge stuff, I found something I've never seen before. This is the Culbertson system, finger-tipped for quick reference. And look at the pretty colors. I love that. So it's all about bridge. So it has what you're looking for. Forcing two bids. There you go. Attacking overcalls. So I don't know what any of this stuff means because I've never played. Slam bidding. That sounds violent. Progressive bridge. But I just love all those colors. So I thought I'll just play around with those. You can't write on the front or the back, but they'll just be fun to stick in pockets. And for my, now I thought I had some fall and back to school stuff that I could put into bundles, and I went to get them out of the little box that I keep little things like that I collect to make into bundles. I have some baby stuff, some cat and dog stuff, because I've made bundles with these things before. Cats and dogs, babies, music, and fall and back to school, but I didn't have much in there for back to school. So I have to find those game cards that I found this summer. Locker room, they look like lockers, and then on the back it has some stuff, but the fronts of them look like, well, I guess the back of them looks like lockers, like a school locker. So I have to find those cards again, and I could use some, I have a few report cards that I could use, and I picked these up. It's just a notepad given to teach. So if I end up finding enough items to put together a back to school bundle, then I will do that. If not, I'll save this for next year to make into bundles. And this is the last of what I got. I think this one said, oh, it's a bug and it's alive. Not anymore. Oh, I have to tell you about my experience too. Makes me not want to go back for a long time. I liked this because it's like a steno pad, but it is a very small grid. Can you see that grid design? I can't tell if it's showing up. They're nice soft pages. They're vintage, but it's really soft paper. And I love that paper. I'm just going to get rid of this. I think this one is the one that said free on it somewhere. I don't know. Maybe it was this one. Oh, no, it says free right there. And this one might have been free, but there's not much in it. It's the same. Different kind of a cover. Slightly different size, but it's grid paper. And you can definitely tell it's old. And then this one, also old. It has a nice textured cover. And it's grid. This one I paid $1.25 for. All of them were grid. So that's what I got. So if you want to stick around and hear my gruesome story of what happened to me at the flea market at the Barnes, I was walking along shopping. It wasn't not long after I got there. And I was just walking up and down the aisles like I do. I have a certain course that I traverse, and I felt something on the bottom of my shoe. Like when I stepped, I could feel there's something on my shoe that doesn't belong there. And I picked up my foot and it didn't come off. And I just reached down to kind of knock it off or see what it was. And my finger touched it, and it was gross and kind of mushy. And I thought, did I step in some, like an animal had been in there? And I looked to see what was on the floor, and I saw the body of a dead mouse without his head. And then the thing that was on my foot fell off my shoe, and it was the mouse's head. It was stuck to the bottom of my shoe. And I held it together. I didn't scream. I didn't puke. I walked to where the manager of this flea market was, and I said, Wanda, I need to tell you something. And I told her, and then she had to go. She had to get a paper towel, bunches of paper towels, and go pick it up off the floor. And there was Purell on her counter, so I used plenty of that on my hand because my just one finger touched it, but oh man. Oh, it was terrible. Oh, so it's like I don't want to go back there. But she said that she could tell that their cats have been getting in there. And so a cat must have killed the mouse and brought it in and left it there for her babies. But it was right in the middle of the aisle, right where I stepped on it. But she cleaned it up before anybody else saw it. Ugh, that was so gross. Okay, so that was my sweet little story to tell you. But I thought it was a pretty good haul today. Not too much, which is, you know, I didn't want too much. But I'm pleased with this patchwork and the Richard Scarry book and this book. And I will have fun just cutting things out of these books. And I'm looking forward to, on a nice cool day, I will do this book boiling. And I'm looking forward to seeing the results of that. It's not going to cost me much because this book was $1. And I got the rusty things that I have for pretty cheap. So it's just going to be a fun experiment. Thanks for coming along today. And tell me what your favorite thing was. I have the lace. These are pretty cool. You know, I found some fun things. Nothing earth-shattering, but some fun things. So tell me what your favorite was. You can comment on the mouse story if you want to, or you can say, don't ever tell us a story like that again. I'll see you in the next video. Have a creative day. Bye.